guys, if you tuned into the last video, Mrs. X was going over the top 10 reasons she hates statue collecting. And at the very end of that video, she foolishly said she may feel different if she actually owned a statue or collected herself. Thankfully, Mr. X had a surprise for her. This is probably about a week later for you guys, but it's only a few seconds later. Today, she's going to unbox this, open it up, get her raw reactions, and maybe even try and do a review. Let's check it out.
I'm not doing a review.
We'll see.
Go ahead.
No, it's you. This is all you. Open it up.
I always have to do everything around here.
It's true.
I'm gonna cut my finger.
I'm not allowed to have sharp objects anyway.
True.
Oh my God, hurry up! Thanks. Need some assistance?
Nope. It's Tinkerbell. The daughter will like this a lot.
This statue is probably not made for my daughter.
Oh, she's probably not.
Yeah.
Huh.
Would you like some assistance opening your statue?
Yes, please.
Is that the right way to open it?
Yeah, I think so. Looks like it.
Now let's see if you can assemble it.
He makes me painted statues. He makes me open statues now. Oh, that's kind of cool. Get a little head up here.
Don't break it.
Very gentle. See, the styrofoam. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Now you're the one getting it everywhere. And you're also taking up a lot of time. Let's clean up and then you can do the review.
Clean up? Clean up what?
That's just a phrase I use so we can transition the camera.
Oh, okay.
You just ruined the magic for them.
Magic?
I'll ease you into it.
That's what I said.
True story. So, this is actually made by Sideshow Collectibles. This is J. Scott Campbell's vision, that's the artist, of Tinkerbell. And I've actually always wanted this piece. I wanted the whole line, in fact. I always thought about getting it for you. It's a little bit too risque, which you can talk about in the review, to get it for our daughter. But I thought it'd be a great opportunity as your first statue to kind of, you know...
What?
Your lip is quivering like you're mad at me. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity to get you into the statue. And what's cool about it is it retails for $290, and I really didn't want to pay that much. So I actually found it on another website called Comic Concepts. Looks like a newer distribution company. And they had it for significantly cheaper. So I reached out to them and I bought it, got it shipped 2-3 days later. And it came. Awesome customer service, awesome product. And I guess they carry a lot of other stuff too. They carry Sideshow and Prime One and XM Studios. And I'll actually leave a link to Tinkerbell below. It's not an affiliate link, so I don't get anything if you click on that link. If you're paranoid, go ahead and go to the website yourself to check out some of the stuff they have. But cool new up-and-coming distribution company it looks like. So of this particular piece, they actually made 5,000 of these. That's what we call the ES, or the edition size.
Actually, the box says 3,500.
Yeah, wise ass, because you didn't let me finish. So this is what they call the collector's version. They made two versions. The collector's version, this one right here, where they made 3,500 of them. Okay. And then an exclusive where they made 1,500 of them. Would you like to use your phone as a calculator? Check my math. So they made.
I'm good.
They made 5,000 of these. Now, the collector's version here doesn't come with an art print. I think it was actually like a metal art print, which I didn't care for anyway, and she wouldn't have a spot to display that. But retail on this is $290, and I just thought it was a fantastic looking piece. And so what we're going to do today is Mrs. X is going to do the review going over the classic categories that we talk about here on the Extreme channel. So before I turn it over to her, we're actually doing a statue giveaway. Check it out. We are going to hit 20,000 subscribers in 2020. To do that, we're giving away a statue every 2,500 subs. At 15,000 subs, the winner will get to choose between these two PCS Mortal Kombat statues. Make sure that you've liked this video, you've subscribed to the channel, and you've hit that bell notification. Then stay tuned towards the end of this video to find out how to enter. Alright, so first category, as always, take it away with concept, Mrs. X.
So I guess I have to do this.
That's what she said.
So I guess this is Tinkerbell here, you know. Looks like she might be walking down the street, looking around, maybe looking for a crocodile or something.
Why would Tinkerbell look for a crocodile?
I don't know. She's looking at something. There's a crocodile by her feet down here. It looks like just on the ground where she's standing at. There's a nice little compass that's on the base here, and then like a clock, I guess, that they're eating. I mean,
not so fucking easy, is it? Continue.
It looks like she's looking at something over to her right. I mean, crocodile, Peter Pan, who knows?
Maybe she's walking into Peter Pan's bedroom at night. I mean,
ooh, maybe she is.
She kind of has a little nightie on made out of leaves.
Yeah.
We should get you something like
showing
that.
A little extra skin there, I see.
Okay, you described the base. What about Tinkerbell?
Oh, yeah, like I said, she looks like she's walking, looking at something.
Scantily dressed?
Very. Very.
She's got her hand on her ass, kind of like she's spanking herself, maybe?
Maybe. Looks like she's getting ready to hold something or pick something up in this hand.
Yeah, maybe she's like a dominatrix holding someone down.
Yeah, or maybe like picking up something like some furry... She's picking up something, I mean.
Are you still in like the sexual talk or just...
Yeah.
What the hell do you use that's furry? That's sexual.
Handcuffs.
Oh, handcuffs.
But like this stuff.
This
I couldn't think of what they were called.
This video is already rated past PG-13 anyway, so if some poor kid came across this, don't worry, you'll learn far worse in school than you just learned from my wife. So, all right. So this is what I would say.
Go for it.
So I think you did a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So Tinkerbell here is standing on a very cool base that really ties into Neverland and Peter Pan. You have some crocodiles on the outside kind of mixed together, and they're actually eating a clock on the side of the base, or maybe the front, depending which way you want to display her. On top of that, there's actually a very cool compass blow. It's done really well. We'll talk more about that in Paint and Sculpt. And as Mrs. X alluded to, she is kind of doing this very sultry, sexy catwalk. Looking off to the right. Almost looks like a runway walk, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
And she is scantily dressed in leaves, which is kind of strange. Why not just go butt naked? Bet you the statue would have sold out a lot faster. But
maybe.
It's a very beautiful piece. It's a little too sexy for me. Like I said, that's one reason I never pulled the trigger on it. But since she's a nympho, I thought she would love it. And
so that one's too sexy, and that one over there is...
This one over here, actually, you can remove the...
Oh, stop it.
You can, see?
Ooh, you like that, huh?
Yeah, I love stone statues. They so turn me on. So it's an interesting piece. It's very beautiful. I like what they did. Like I said, I think they went a little bit too much of that provocative aspect. A little bit too much. If they'd put more clothes on her, I think that would have eliminated that completely. So, but it's a great concept overall. So on a scale 1 through 5, what would you give it?
7.
Math, clearly not her strong suit.
You said 1 through 10, right?
I said 1 through 5.
Oh, gotcha.
So,
sorry.
On a 1
I was
through
thinking
5.
1 through 10.
Yeah,
sorry.
1 through 5. Concept, what would you give it?
3 or 4.
You got to choose one.
3.5.
There's no half numbers. That's
There
not
has to be.
That's not how the extreme scale works.
Okay, well then you choose.
I don't have a graphic for that. This is your review and your statue.
Oh. I'll give her a 4.
4. Now we're going to talk about design. So with design, we're talking about did everything fit together well? Was there issues assembling it? What was the unboxing process like? Is there going to be issues with it moving forward? Does everything flow well? And first thing we can do is we can take measurements of the statue.
Perfect. The base. Ooh, that's like 5 inches.
5 inches.
5 inches.
So is that deep?
It's a circle.
It's a circle.
It's a circle.
It's a circle. So one interesting piece about this with the design, I kind of alluded to earlier, I think this is supposed to be the front because she's looking that way, and the clock is right there. But technically, you could display her any way you wanted. So we have a diameter of 5 inches on the base.
5 inches,
What about the height?
The height. Do we include the base?
Yes.
Okay, well, let's see. Are we going to the top of the...
You would want to use the total height for the height.
including...
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, so that's like 14 and a half.
So I don't know if she's a defined scale. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
But I would speculate, what scale do you think she is?
1/6.
I believe she's probably right. We'll use that later. So...
But Tinkerbell's small, so maybe
Good point.
not.
So it could be life size, actually.
It could be.
This actually looks like it would be life size, but she can also make herself bigger.
Yeah.
But she's typically small. But I would imagine this is probably more of a life size. What about the assembly? How did that go? I mean, you did it on camera.
I know, I did, right? Did pretty good, I think.
I had to fix this when the camera was off for her.
Yeah, well, the foot was kind of tricky to get in there. I mean, it fit fine, but you had to make sure it was like... She wasn't very sturdy, so I made Mr. X redo it.
I had to slip it in.
That's what I said. And then there was only one other thing besides her head that you had to assemble, and that went on just fine.
Yeah, and the portrait has an extremely strong magnet, actually. I mean, you can almost lift up the whole statue by that right there. It is a little bit wobbly, but nothing where you're afraid it's going to fall. I think it gives that illusion of that sultry walk. And here's the art box. What do we think of the art box?
Looks like Tinkerbell.
No, I think it's a beautiful art box. They did some, ornate designs on the sides. And then the front is a picture of the statue. Looks great. Anything else regarding design?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, so I think with the design, Mrs. X brought up a good point, is the scale of this piece. I think it is supposed to be 1/6 scale because there are other pieces in this line. But technically, Tinkerbell... I don't know. It'll still look good with the other pieces if anybody has those displayed. So, what would you give the design out of 5?
4.
All right. So next we're going to talk about paint and sculpt, and this is where you really dive in and you talk about the different colors, how well it's sculpted, is it real, is there realism to it?
So for the base here, I really like this clear plate on the compass. Makes it look like a real compass. We got the crocodiles here, or alligators, whichever one they are, around here in a gold, shiny paint color. Very detailed. It's very nicely done. Her feet look like they have little toenail polish here. I'm trying to see if her fingernails do. Yeah, it's more or less like skin tone colored. So it kind of blends in, whatever. That's a nice, she has like this little vine on her leg. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a tattoo or what, but see that? A vine?
Yeah, I think, I don't think it's a tattoo. I think it's a...
Part of her clothes.
Yep.
And she's got these leaves covering herself. She's got a nice little green necklace on here. And some green color in her hair to kind of match all the green that she is wearing. She has some, looks like some eyeshadow, green eyes, looking seductive at somebody, who knows. Her wings are very nicely done in gold with some transparent-ish colored wings.
So to add to that, I think they did a great job on her skin tone as well and her musculature.
Oh, yes.
Her legs are quite long, but of course she's not a human. But the colorization is great on that. Also, to add onto the wings, that kind of ornate design they have, the patterns in the wings look fantastic, which typically a firefly or a dragon would actually have. And it really, another look at her outfit here, it looks like real leaves. I think they did a great job with the shading and the sculpt on that. Very well done. And her face, I like a lot of these petite features on her face. This tiny little nose, I think it really adds to the character. I think they could have used a little bit more differentiation in the strands and the hair. But otherwise, it's really beautiful. It's done really well. So what do you give it for a paint score out of 5?
I'd give it a 5.
I think the paint's done really well. I think the only exception is that little strand in her hair. It bleeds over a little bit, but the rest is really well done. The the fading on the base, the leaves itself or skin tone. I agree. Sculpt. What grade do you give the sculpt?
That's a different category.
Yes. It's the digital sculpt of this piece.
I think it's good. I mean, I don't know what they could have done different.
So 1 through 5.
5.
So I would actually give it a 4 simply because I think they could have used a little bit more musculature. I don't like how long the legs are, and then some of the stuff I talked about in the hair. But it's close to a 5. But Mrs. X says it's a 5, so it's a 5. So next we talk about value of this piece. Value is not only the resaleability of it, but was it worth the money that you pay? So this retails at $290. There's an edition size of 5,000, which is decently high. However, this is a Disney piece, so I think that higher
that gives it a
size,
little extra retail.
So 1 through 5, what kind of value rating would you give it?
4.
So you think you could resell this and make money?
Is that what that means?
Are you even thinking about your ratings or just throwing out numbers?
No, I mean, I didn't know if 3 was you break even, and 4 you get make money, and 5 you make a lot of money. I don't know what your scale is. I've never watched your videos.
You just...
To be true.
All right. So now we talk about, does she have the X factor? The X factor is not a cumulative score. It's just when you walk by this piece, does it kind of, do you turn back again? Do you look at it and you say, wow, that is really amazing? So kind of the overall score, but not a cumulative score. If you had to rate this statue 1 through 5, is it an X statue? Is it a 5 out of 5? What is it?
I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I would agree. This piece is really well done. And, Disney has such a big following. I could see this with other Disney collectibles. The part that I didn't like about it, how scantily dressed she is, isn't that bad, honestly. I think where her ass is where it's the worst, because the leaf barely covers her crack. But, it's pretty impressive in person. And honestly, for a collectible, I know it's only 1/6 scale, but, under $300 is definitely not too bad at all. I think it's a really well done statue. So now is your time. On a scale of 1 through 5, how did Mrs. X do on the review? So she doesn't watch the channel anyway, so she won't know what score you give her. But throw that in the comments below, because every time you comment, it enters you into that contest. To win one of these Mortal Kombat statues, all you have to do is comment on a video. At 15,000 subscribers, I'm going to pick a random video and pick a random comment. That person will win the prize. They can choose between these two pieces. Also, make sure you're subscribed to the channel.
Thanks for watching. Until next time.
You'd so do it wrong. Hit that Mr. X logo to subscribe if you want to see more high-end collectibles, more of Mrs. X, or maybe more of me. Check out some of these other pieces from Sideshow in the playlist until we talk to you tomorrow, or I talk to you tomorrow. Take care.